Lauren Hopson. State your name and address, and you have up to 5 minutes.
Before I state my name, I would just like to say that the teacher that got that hug from the student earlier is obviously more than a test score. Two months ago, I came before you to make some simple, honest statements about what was happening in our school district. I spoke before a mostly empty boardroom and expected no action from the board whatsoever, since nothing had come from voicing my concerns to you almost 2 years ago. A month ago, 20 other teachers came before you and a packed boardroom to make their own comments about the state of our schools. They did, I believe, having overcome their fear of reprisals, expect some action taken. In the last month or so, that action has consisted of several insight sessions and forums filled with lots of robust conversation and listening. At the last school board work session, we even got some pointed questions asked by several school board members, which did not go unnoticed or unappreciated by Knox County teachers. However, tonight, instead of telling you what is going on in our schools, I want to ask some questions. First, how much money are we spending to administer the SAT-10 to primary students when it is not correlated to our curriculum, but strangely will be used as part of a teacher's evaluation score? Why are teachers being told, and yes, they are being told, to reduce testing accommodations for students if the Common Core Park assessment, as stated by Dr. McIntyre, will be designed to allow for this? Why isn't the board being told that a teacher survey about APEX compensation was conducted before any teacher became familiar with the new evaluation system? Why have negotiations with our collaborative conferencing team been continually postponed, denying teachers any voice at all at the bargaining table? Why are experienced teachers being threatened with dismissal letters like this one, even though they only have 1 year of test data and their overall evaluation score is at expectations? This last question is actually for the media to answer, because this may be news to the school board. Why was a TV news story that includes several interviews with Knox County teachers about the importance of classroom experience for a superintendent of schools suddenly pulled from the air last night, just hours before broadcast and just days before our superintendent's contract is up for extension? According to a post on knoxviews.com, which appeared to come from inside the news station, the superintendent called and asked that the story be pulled. I think the robust conversation before the school system actually does something to address our issues. Just in case we have been unclear, these are 6 things that teachers are requesting for now. First, although we need a complete overhaul of our evaluation system that will require cooperation from the state, Knox County can allow teacher choice of having one of the 2 classroom evaluations announced in accordance with Tennessee state guidelines. Secondly, while we will continue to fight at the state level the demands for high-stakes testing that is detrimental to the emotional well-being of our students, we ask that Knox County uphold federal IDA law by supporting teacher judgment concerning appropriate testing exemptions or accommodations for special education students. Also, we ask that Knox County discontinue all standardized testing not mandated by the state, implementing only developmentally appropriate measures to identify students in need of intervention. Third, we ask that plan time, which directly affects student learning, is held sacred, and professional learning communities be held on a monthly rather than weekly basis. Fourth, we ask that a teacher representative to the school board appointed by teachers be in place by January 2014. Fifth, we ask that the board look at ways to reallocate money so that class size can be reduced. And lastly, we ask that any surveys of teachers be done without connection to our school email and be analyzed by a reviewer independent of Knox County schools. We respectfully make these requests not just as teachers, but as parents or grandparents of students in our system, community members and stakeholders, and lastly, as voters of Knox County. Thank you.
Brenda Owensby. State your name and address, please, and you have up to 5 minutes.
Okay, my name is Dr. Brenda